Just got to get that shuttle through the first one. Yeah, I couldn't believe though that JangBi he is so Dragoon heavy. I think he was really thinking that Luxury was going to do the exact same thing he did in the first game, where he went with that really passive lurker defense, and he wanted to break that. But Luxury just went for the complete opposite build, mass Zerglings into fast hives, as opposed to macro up drones and lurkers. And he really caught JangBi off guard, and I think JangBi had something prepared there, and that would have been a really good attack had Luxury gone for sort of a Mutilis into Lurkers opening, but that just wasn't what he's doing, and now Cracklings are out. They kill I guess they don't kill those temples very fast, but normally they kill buildings pretty fast. And he's going to open up that middle, and so that's going to allow 3 pathways. And at the same time, that's going to be good for Luxury for flanking and going around bases, but that's going to make the path distance from JangBi's base to Luxury's that much shorter. So if JangBi gets a decisive battle, if he kind of deflects a counter pretty easily, he's going to be able to land a killing blow really easily with that middle open. But I really would expect that middle to be open pretty much anyway, and now it's like 20 minutes into the game, so I guess that really doesn't surprise me that much. But now the temples are out. It looks like JangBi almost wanted to attack that anyway. He's going to run through the middle. And Luxury now with lots of ultras, he's going to have that armor. I have to imagine it looks like he's +2/+2 and also has +1 armor on his air. And now it looks like Luxury's going to go for a flank attack. JangBi has a lot of units though, and this isn't a good position. Storm's going up the ramp. This is just terrible for Luxury. He really had a lot of units here, and this is his timing here. But oh wow, coming in with a flank with some ultralists, but so many zealots. Really nice army composition here for JangBi. We saw some a little bit falter there, having all those dragoons early on, but he really adjusted, and he's got a strong combination now. DT's coming out to help deal with the ultralist armor and all that attack getting fended off. So I think JangBi is going to really land a blow here, and I think JangBi might even be able to end the game here. He's got so many units, and he just took out so many ultralists. That was what Luxury was depending on, is that fast hive tech and those fast upgraded ultralists. And it looks like he's going for the 4th base. Do you think there's really any way that Luxury can come back, or do you think that he has enough? Wow, he's got a lot of units though.
If he counters and kills JangBi's 3rd, he's okay. It looks like JangBi's afraid of that. If he counters and kills his natural. I mean, JangBi's got to be really careful, because it's absolutely worth it for Luxury to trade 1 hatchery for one of JangBi's bases. But it looks like JangBi's made the smart play. He's left just a few units to finish off that hatchery, and at the same time move the rest of his army up so that he can't be countered. So, I mean, that was the danger to JangBi right there, is that he didn't get counterattacked and lose one of his bases, because he can't afford to trade bases with Luxury at this point. So, other than that, JangBi's pretty much got this game in the bag, I think. He's got such a huge army, and Luxury, his economy's not really that great. He just lost his 4th base before it even got up. Still running off 3 bases. I mean, he's got a good army and good upgrade, but JangBi's ball is just so huge. This encounter's probably not going to go very well. It maybe if Luxury had Dark Swarm, it would be a lot better. And wow, that's great positioning, great control by JangBi. I mean, that was just perfect. He moves his Zealots back so they don't get surrounded, and lays down storms for him to run into. And basically, Luxury just lost a whole bunch of Zerglings for nothing there, and even took some damage on his Ultralisk. I mean, this is exactly what JangBi needed to do. And, you know, I think losing all those Zerglings and not going for a macro game earlier on, that really hurt Luxury at this point. Even though he's been able to build up a huge army, if he had all those Zerglings that he previously lost, he might be doing a lot better here. And again, JangBi he just does not want to get caught with his army in his bad position, and he's just making sure the positioning is in his favor. And they're going for a battle here, and this is actually pretty even, but JangBi's got so many units that I think he's going to clean this up without too much difficulty. I mean, 4 Archons, a shitload of Storms, and Luxury just got trashed there, and this is horrible for him. Wow, so many Archons, and Luxury's really in a lot of trouble. I mean, he can't seem to make any progression. He's down in the game already, and he's losing map control more and more as it goes on. JangBi's getting that 4th base up, so he's going to have a 4th Geyser. Even though there's not a lot of minerals there, he's going to get a 4th gas up, and it's going to allow him to build so many Archons and Templars and DT that there's going to be no way for Luxury to do a lot of damage with an Ultralisk army. At this point, it's just kind of academic. JangBi just needs to not mess up, and he's going to come out with the win here.
JangBi is playing so well in army positioning, and that's really good to see on a map like this. It's really new. Lots of high grounds, low grounds, flankings, and to see a player play
absolutely.
so well on a map like this that would just seem so foreign to them, it's just shown how well JangBi's practiced and prepared for this map, and how he's seen so many situations, and to be able to play against a late game Ultra Ling 22 minutes against the map that you've only played 1 or 2 televised games on is just phenomenal. And look at that again, excellent positioning, and finally Swarm out, completely blanket swarms
oh my
there,
God,
but
those storms.
really heavy goon, not heavy goon, excuse me, he's not really going to be able to abuse the storms that much. JangBi's going to clean this up, but I think that was almost Luxury's last-ditch effort, because JangBi's going to be able to come in there, he's going to clean out that 4th base again, and Luxury's going to be caught with really only 3 mining bases, with his main almost being mined out, when JangBi's going to have 4 bases up, and he's going to be able to take bases really at will at this point. He's got so much map control, and Luxury just hasn't been able to abuse the fact that he's had all those lings and the mobility, because he lost a lot of lings early on again with that attack. It seems like JangBi just playing smart, really defending against Luxury's attacks and then using the map control advantage. At the first game, JangBi kind of attacked really poor carelessly, and he lost a lot of his units, and he wasn't able to use that map control, but he really showed us how to use that in this game. He played really safe, kept his army alive, and he's really not even letting Luxury do anything. He's just kind of moving around the map, making sure he's not easily attackable by a counter, and Luxury gets a Corsair there, so good move, I guess. But look at that, Luxury barely has an army when I think JangBi's probably maxed out at this time, and it's going to be wrapped up here pretty shortly. It looks like Luxury's going to go for one more counterattack, and actually Luxury completely filling up that base with drones, but lots of larvae sitting around. Probably not too much money coming in for Luxury. I don't know. I can't see his natural. It doesn't look like there's that many drones there, but looks like coming in just a single Defiler, a few Ultralists, but so many Archons for JangBi. He's also probably got at least 3, if not 4 or 5 full storms, and he's going to come. Look at that positioning again, storming all those Zerglings. Just excellent play. This is just 17 kills, and I think that was on 2 storms, so just great play, so many Archons. There's no way that Luxury can defend this, and I'm glad to see JangBi win a late macro game, and we're going to see the series go to 1-1.
Look at all those Archons, man. The storms, I just want to say something with the storms from JangBi have been absolutely excellent this game. I mean, they always are. JangBi's probably one of the best stormers. You get GG. I think JangBi's probably the best stormer that there is currently in pro gaming, probably the best ever. I mean, his storms are always so incredible, and that's such a huge asset in PvZ. And especially we saw that in a couple of battles here. Just the first battle where Luxury got Swarm and he laid down a blanket of Swarm. I mean, for every Swarm that he laid down, JangBi put 2 perfect storms right inside it and just totally kind of shredded his army. And that was not a bad battle for Luxury in terms of army size, but just so many storms and so well placed by JangBi that he totally got ripped apart. And that's the one weakness of Dark Swarm, is when you put down a Dark Swarm, it makes it pretty obvious to the Protoss player where exactly it is that you're going to go. I mean, you're going to go into the Dark Swarm. So it makes it pretty easy for him to pick where to storm. JangBi just did such an excellent job of it, and that was a really good game by JangBi. He just played really well, really kind of safe and smart, and didn't let himself get caught anywhere, and he had, you know, the proper defense for all his bases. He didn't waste any units, and that's exactly the kind of play that I've been expecting to see from JangBi. I mean, he just played almost perfectly. And both players have had a really great game in the series so far, but I think Luxury kind of let himself down a little bit with his builds in that game. I think if he, instead of building all those Zerglings and just kind of throwing them away, if he had maybe spent some of that money on taking a 4th base earlier, or if he had saved those and kept them in his army, he would have done a lot better in that first battle. But, you know, I mean, I'm sure he had a plan in his head, and credit goes to JangBi for not letting Luxury take advantage of that plan. And so I think I've said pretty much all I want to say, and I'm ready to move on to the next game. So unless you have any final thoughts, let's get going here.
No, peace out, guys.
Peace out.